Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back along to another episode of Dairy Man's Diary. My name, as always, is Frank, and we're down here in what I believe is going to be my local ag supplier and store. It's a John Deere dealership, as you can see, which is always great to see. We're down here in the 66. We're out for a bit of a spin because today we are picking up a little bit of winter barley seed. You'll see it's all on the back there. And we're going to take this up to farm number 2. We're going right up the hill. Let's go step there because there's a lot of land around there. We're going to drill in first. We're not too sure at the moment what our tender process bids are going to look like for any leased land. So we need to kind of get some wheels in motion for a little bit of winter drilling. So there's a few fields up there that have they're probably in the best state. Now we don't know what the soil conditions like. We're going to find that out later, and we'll talk about that in a bit more detail later on. And off we go then here. Let's get ourselves away. So like I said, we're going on up to farm number 2. It's not too far a drive from here, actually. It's quite handy, and we'll see how we get on. But yeah, we're going to get, this is going to be, trailer loads is going to stay up at the second yard there, and then we've got a few other things to do. We've got the straw chopper up there, so we need to bed down some straw, or bed up some straw, as some people say, depending upon where you are, I guess. So we'll get the cattle done there, and then we'll bring the straw chopper down to the farm number 1 and do the same thing again there. So we'll be yeah, lots of kind of just settling in really. The cattle seem happy. They've really settled down recently in the last 48 hours, so that's fantastic news. And we'll be get their bedding in there, and they'll be looking a little bit better. Silage wise, they've got plenty for now. Although that being said, I am a little concerned about the amount that we have to last us through the winter, which is going to be a little, the stocks aren't quite as good as the one would have hoped. Now, the sheer cost of having to haul all of that silage across from Meadow Grove to here wasn't too attractive for us, to be honest there. So we did actually get rid of it and sell a little bit of it over there. Now, didn't sell too much, so it wouldn't have really made too much of a difference. So hopefully we can at least replenish that. We're going to try and do a little bit of very late third cut silage, as I think it'll be. Certainly the quality won't be much better than that, but we're going to try and get that done. But anyway, right now, farm number 1 is just over the hedge line there, but we're going to swing up this track here. Which is going to take us kind of around the side of Lockdown Farm. And as remember, this is our wood here. We'll have to drive through there one day just to see what's going on. Now the Massey's going to have to come back up to this farm this evening just so we can actually get everything fed up again later on there. But it's down at farm 1 at the moment where it should be, refilled. Have it the diet feeder run through again. We'll see how it all looks. But it does not like this hill. The John Deere's flying up it still, but yeah, that Massey's going to struggle up there, so we'll see. Now, I did have someone ring me the other day and ask if I would like to do a bit of a demonstration, so you never know, we might have to have a look into that. And we're going to keep going straight on because that's a tight turn for this trailer, so we'll come around and about, not too far away. Yeah, some good grass growing around here, as you can see, so we're just going to run the mowers, probably just the rear mower actually, that's all I've got hooked up to the 68 back at the other yard. We're just going to run that through some of our ground and just see what it's like, really. See what the quality of the grass is like there. See if we can, if it's worth making any more, or if it's going to be rubbish, really. But even if it's not very good from a nutrient standpoint, then it's still going to be good enough just to feed some bellies when it's when we're getting into dire straits. But yeah, we'll see. But like I say, we're going to try it. We're going to. Once we have it wrapped up and stacked and we start to use it, we are going to send some of the way to get analysed, just to see the real quality of it, see what the sugar levels are like in there as well for the dairy head. And then, yeah, like I say, the beef cattle there, we're finishing them off anyway, so they'll use that as general fodder there, and we've got a few mineral blocks for them on the go as well, so we'll see how that goes. And around we come here, in we go. Now, like I say, I have been told that this little riverbank on the side here is going to really kick on up. I'll wait to see what that looks like when it rains with intrigue. But it should mean there's some good land around here. That's one of the fields we're going to get ploughed over, as is the little one on the other side of where that hay is stacked. But for right now, we're going to swing all the way through and around the yard. And we're just going to get ourselves over to the other side, back this into the shed over the corner next to where the anchor is currently being stored. Now I wonder, we might just make this easy for ourselves, I think, by going that way. Okie-dokie. Back we go. Yeah, I hope you're all doing very well today, whatever you're getting up to. Do let us know down below what you're working on, where you're driving as well, what you're driving. Would love to know. Had a lot of great feedback from the first two episodes. People seem to really like the farms that we've moved into, which is fantastic news. Really, really am pleased to hear that. So yeah, let me know if this is the first time watching, and you know what your views are on the farm and what you think we should do if you have any opinions there. Because yeah, I'd love to take those on board. Now we're just gonna actually park this here. Let's just pull it away from the wall, because when I drop this down, it's probably going to slide back ever so slightly. Anyway, so that's all good and done. Let's go and where we go here. We're just going to stick the straw chopper on, which is up here at the moment. I'm kind of trying to figure out still where we're going to keep everything, because there's going to be a lot of to-ing and fro-ing. The straw chopper itself will probably just get moved around as and when we need it. But we're going to hook that on and get a bale inside, and then this needs to come down with us back down to the other farm as well, just so we can do the same down there. Let's get this hooked up. A little straight to there, I think. Fantastic, and back we go. Brilliant. Come here, so we'll just bring this around the corner somewhere. Oh, still trying to get used to what's safe areas to navigate through here. But yeah, we're going to fold this door down, and then we can get this. We've got big square bales up here, all big square bales here, little round bales down the other yard there. So we'll get one of these loaded in here and see what we're going to do is just jump out anyway. Whilst we are here, let's shut this gate off. Like so. Now this yard up here is going to be predominantly just for beef cattle. So we've got mainly we have limousines up here. There's a few sailor cattle up here as well. But yeah, they are going to be finished off up here now. We're going to keep them going up here now for a little bit longer. We also try and get raise a few new calves for here as well. We'll see how that all comes along. I need my front loader. That's what I need. Into the class. Now we do have one of our little mug grabs on the front there, but for the purpose of what I'm about to do there, that will be perfect. I am sure. Oh, there's a pole there. There we go. Now from a hay and straw standpoint there, we've kind of split it down the middle. Like I say, this farm took all the square bales, and then we put all the round ones down at the other end. And that's it really, that's all we have. You may recall that we did get rid of a few loads before we moved. Straw is I'm not too concerned about yet. Straw we should be good. We'll see how we get on there, but yeah, like I say, it's my main concern is just going to be ensuring that we have enough silage really. We can use hay, of course we can, we will, but it's not quite as good sometimes as having silage there, so we'll see. We're trying to find some good fodder beat or some different options just to kind of beef things up a little bit, and I just need to kind of find a good few contacts around here. That's all I'm looking for really. Now once I find those, we should be laughing. Now we're just going to get this stuck into here. Need to lower that down, I guess. Well, this is predominantly a lot easier to use with round bales, but you know, such is life. We're in a little bit of a tricky situation now. We're going to try and get this to work. See how we get on there. Just before I cut these strings though, we'll just make sure it's all going to fit into here nicely. Well, alright then folks. Let's take this slowly around the end here. Like I say, this one, we're just going to put one bale in here for now. We'll see how we get on there. We can always put a second one in if we need to, but I think just for today, because the cattle are still outside for the most part, I'm going to take it easy on the old straw here and see what one bale will do for us. Okay, so what I think I need to do is just click on my PTO there, give this thing some revs. Oh, and there we go. Okay, so this shredder, just put it in nice and thinly really, just kind of blast it all over the place there. So we're just going to give it a bit of a coat. The cattle will kick it around when they need to, but the main thing it's doing is just allowing these, allowing us to, oh, easy does it. Alright, that was that one done, pretty much. And yeah, like I say, all it's going to allow to do is to make sure that they get a good little base, and we should be cracking on. What I'm going to do here is just take it back a bit so I can get this all tidied up. And just see on the spool valve there, up comes the back door. Up there. Alright, so a little bit of straw in there just to keep them happy. And we'll kick that around. And we are going to go and take this load as we bounce over here. Let's just get that class out of the way. So yeah, we are kind of getting ourselves all settled in. Kind of figuring things out here a little bit, making sure we know what the lay of the land is and how things are going to be working. What we do need to think about moving forward is how I'm going to be able to manage all this. I am only one person. There's a lot of cattle on hand here to look into as well, so we'll be probably having a look to see what we can do there. But yeah, otherwise, we'll all be, everything is kind of getting ready to ramp up. You back up there, and we are going to head back down here. Around that corner we go. Perfect stuff. Alright. So yeah, the fields that we're going to be coming into here are this little field of what looks like obviously rape stubble. We're going to get that one rolled over, and then the field on the far side there as well. We're going to get those two ploughed over, and then that should be a good start really. That'll be interesting for us just to kind of get things in motion. We can always put in a bit of spring barley as well. Like we've always said there, we're mainly doing it for the straw anyway, so we'll, you know, that's not a bad thing. Let's just go this way. There's nothing coming here. Perfect. And off we go then. And back down to the yard. So what we're going to do is drive back down to the yard there. We'll have a bit of a walk around the yard, show you what's new and what the plan is for some of the areas around there. And then we're off out into the 77. So as you come into the yard here, you'll see there's a few fields around the paddocks that around the yard here that we could probably look into. We're going to probably see what that one and this one's like once we get the mower into it. See if it's see what the quality of grass is like there. So that will probably be happening later on today, I would think. What I'm going to do is maybe tomorrow, because it's a bit of rain due this evening apparently. So we'll just let that rain come on in, and we can take it from there. Let's actually lift that back up again. So there's the rest of our straw that has arrived down here. As you can see, the straw and the hay is filling up here as well. We got that all led in just through the last couple of days actually. Let's kind of come in lorry load here, the lorry load there, and before you know it, you've got quite a few bales. Silage as well. We're all cut out from my my buddy's place now, so that's good news. Just gonna take that around there. Happy days. Lower that down, and we can probably just about leave this here, I think. And then we'll just lower that down as well. Fantastic stuff. So like I say, a few things to change and get updated with around here. That we need to refill the diet feeder at some point. But as you can see around the corner, let's just have that random gate shut. This is hopefully at some point going to get filled with straw. That'll probably have to harvest next year, but that's the plan for that shed. Our silage, the heap here has grown again by about twice the size, so that's all that we have at this yard here. And you saw what we had at the other yard there. That is to kind of fill up through. I think we've got just under 400 head of cattle now, so there's a big discrepancy there, as I'm sure you'll agree. So we do need to try and get on with that one, and we will see. Like I said, the agronomist is coming in next week just to have a look at the soil, just to see where we are with that. Even though we're going to start ploughing it over now, there they can still take the necessary samples they need. And we'll see how we get on there. Cattle and calving, we're going to start to rear a few more calves here as well, and just bring those into the herd and like bring in that bloodline into the herd there, because there's a few of the cattle that are a little bit older, so we'll be moving those ones on when we can. But yeah, we'll also be looking just to kind of bring in some cattle calves to sell after about the 18-month mark anyway. So we're going to look into doing that. That's something that's going to hopefully start in the spring. So we'll see about that one. The John Deere 68 is already hooked up to the mower there. It's going to get ready to go. And like I say, that grass wasn't quite so wet there. We'd have a look into it, but like it's going to be wet anyway. It's a third cut, so it's going to get a little wet. But for now, we're just going to turn some soil brown, I think. So we'll just lift up this. And let's get ourselves on out. So this is the first time doing any real land work here on Chellington, which is very nice to see. But we'll not take us too long to get going here anyway. Sound of that lovely tractor. really liking the JCB from what we've used of it so far there. We're only into it by about, I don't know, 20 hours, and it's mainly all just unloading bales and stacking them up and feeding cattle. But yeah, it's going very well. We thought about actually upgrading our straw shredder to one that goes onto the front of the telehandler, but because it's a pivot steer, I just wasn't comfortable. I just felt like it's gonna have a little bit too much imbalance to it, so we've left that one out for now. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that's the thinking. That's pretty exciting there. And what we're gonna do now is just head on up the hill once again there, and we'll go back to the farm and we'll get ourselves all ready to roll, I think. So let's just go this way. Easy does it. There you go. That's a blind junction. We'll have to do something about that. Alright then. Can I get my bearings with this place? Figuring out where we are and where we're going, so that's working quite well. Really is. I think we'll be interesting to see where there's a few, like I say, a few 10 pieces of land that we have bid for. We haven't heard anything back yet. I don't know when we're supposed to hear anything back for it, or if we're going to be successful or not, but hopefully we will. One was about 150 acres, so it's a big step, but that would really see us off. And that would be great. And speaking of big steps, we have bought our new combine. It is mine. It has been paid for and signed off for, and I've even spoken to my insurance about getting that all taken care of. So in theory, I mean, I don't need it yet, but I could go and collect it today, but it's waiting over the dealers. It's going to get probably shipped over to my buddy's storage yard, and it's going to get hauled over to there, and then let's go pick it up from there, because it's a bit, as you can both see here, it's a little bit windy to bring it up on the back of a low loader up here, so that's where we're going to find that one. And yeah, so we have a new combine. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. There'll be a separate video all on that one, and we'll see when we get around to doing that. But we're going to start in this little field here. This is only about 3 acres, not even, I would say. But hey, we'll give it a start. No, maybe it's a bit more, maybe it's 4. Yeah, look at the grass the cattle got to crack on with in there. Isn't that great? So what I do need to do is spool valve number 1 to take this out of transport. There you go. Fantastic. And we'll start in this corner here. Now, bearing on what the agronomists say, I do know over there a factory not too far away that I can actually go and haul out some lime from. So we'll have to look into doing that. Again, if that's only if the I think it'll be if the pH levels dictate that we need it, then we'll look into doing that one. Lower it down. Okay then, so off we go. Like I say, not a particularly big field, but it's a nice little field to kind of tick off as the first thing that we've done here. And yeah, first of our own cereal crops going into the ground, hopefully tomorrow, if not the day after, depending upon what that silage looks like really. But we'll see. What I'm probably going to do though is leave this around here, because I have been going on for a while now, so this should be a nice little video for SFTN to work down. If you have enjoyed these episodes and you are enjoying the new start over on Chellington Valley here, please do make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to Simulation for the Nation, who continues to host everything, and we'll see you in the next one. Until then though folks, have yourself a great day, enjoy what you're doing as always, and we'll catch you later.